Welcome to the game.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. We're going to do a quick unboxing of Polyversal. Polyversal is created by Collins Epic Wargames and was actually on Kickstarter back in 2016 with an expected delivery date of 2017. Complications, problems arose, and it just finally was delivered, but glad to say it finally did, because this game is actually, it's a lot of fun and it's pretty fantastic. It really is. I bought into it after the Kickstarter. I missed the Kickstarter. I was very upset with myself, but I missed it. But when I did find out about it, looked into it, I love the 6mm game. Epic was, I go all the way back to the original Adeptus Titanicus and Space Marine, the 2nd edition, and then Epic 40K. I've always really liked the 6mm style. I love just the grand scale and the tiny models. That's what Polyversal is. But the cool thing is it's just use whatever models you want. It is a rule system and structure and a way to build your armies however you want. So if you have a model that you want to use and it has a laser gun and a machine gun and it's got tracks instead of wheels, you can actually build that unit for this game, and it gives you all the instructions in there. So let's open it up and take a look at what you get in this box. Okay, so when I got a hold of Byron and found out about this after the Kickstarter and pinged him and I said, hey, can you, I want in. And he's like, well, it's past the Kickstarter, but hey, you can do this, this, and this. And so I ordered. And I got a PDF version of the rulebook. So that's what I learned how to play the game with 3 years ago. It was before the pandemic. We were learning how to play the game and building and making these cards. And I will show you the Arsenal system that they have online that lets you create your own cards. 2-sided cards. They are hex cards. I ordered 2 armies from him, just their base armies, so I could kind of get a feel for how they built things, and just because I like the collection of models. But as you can kind of see in these pictures, and I will add pictures, some of these pictures to the end of this video, as well as give you the link to their website. These cards they're pretty cool. Now, again, these are cardstock. He had these printed. When you print these out, when you make your own and you print them out, you'll print them out on cardstock or whatever and cut them out. And that's what we were doing. And we made them for all of the, old Epic stuff, the Land Raiders, Rhinos. I did Aliens. I did Colonial Marines. Anything that I could get a hold of or I could find models for in the 6mm scale, I was making cards for, just because it was fun. And just building the cards to see what we could do, outfit them how you want, take them to the table, play with them, come back, tweak it, reprint, do it again. It was silly fun. I bought a couple of the armies, and these are what the cards look like, depending on which armies you bought, or if you got the Kickstarter package, you got lots of these cards. But these are the ones that he has pre-made. So you could take this, if you bought the preset armies on Kickstarter or afterwards, you can get them on their website right now. And it's a mixture of different companies' models. There's some TT Combat from Drop Zone Commander, and there's some other stuff. There's Plasma Blast, I think, is on there. There's different, whatever looked good, they put it together, made a cohesive force, and you make the cards. You can do the same. If you like the Land Raider and you want to use something from the Orcs and you think it looks good together, you can build the 2 cards and do however you want. And it's really neat. So here's the cards, and I'm sorry, I'm still geeking out over these, but it's a really fun game and it's a neat system. Over here are the different stats, movement, different types of attacks, shields if you have them. Here's all of your different weapons that are available for. So like this Tiger Claw, he's like the big. It's not the Wing Commander Tiger Claw, but this is a huge tank. It's loaded with weapons, and here's all the different weapons it has. Tells you if they're anti-aircraft, how many they have, their firing arc. So all of this can be built. If I want to go onto Arsenal and build this same guy, but change some of the weapons, I can, and you can too. The different colors go along with the dice. There's the 5 dice, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and they're all different colors. And so that's how it helps keep it easy to figure out, hey, which die do I need to roll? He uses a lot of the greens and a couple yellows. He's got some of the red 12s. The blue is, the 4s are blue, the 6s are green, so you can kind of tell what they are. And as the unit, as you play through the game and the unit takes damage, things like that, those things kind of change. I can't really go into how the game works because it's a big rulebook and it's a lot of fun. All I can tell you is, if you like the 6mm, it is a total blast. So that was one of the little things of the cards. Here's another bag with the rest of the cards for the armies that we have. Business card, Byron Collins. Nice guy. Pinged him back and forth over Facebook. Beautiful print. These are the cards, and they pop right out. That didn't take much. Black and white on the back, and on the back of the cards, you have the ability to add, a little fluff. I will say that with the Arsenal Maker, and we'll kind of, I'll show you the Arsenal Maker in a minute after we go through the box. There's not enough space to add really long names. It runs off of the card. And there's not a ton of space to add your little fluff text if you want, but depending on the site profile of the unit that you're building, it gives you a cost. So give me a second to zoom in here. Like the Nizzlebat, standard, he costs 19 per model. You can have 6 of them, there's your standard cost. But if you're going to make them veterans, and they get the veteran bonuses, they cost 30% more, so they're 25 apiece. If you make them elite and get the elite bonuses with them, they cost 50% more, so they're 29 points apiece. So you can kind of go down and see, how you want to build it based off of the different traits that you want it to have, or the different traits you want this particular unit to have. If you want to, say you've got 4 Nizzlebats and 150 points to spend on your army, you could make them, veterans or elite or commander, however you need to help fill up your point values. It's just cool. Again, not going into that heavy. Here's the some more of the cards, but I'm going to go ahead and get into the whole box, and we will see what you actually get if you buy this box. One thing I will tell you, you do not get any models in this box. This is all cardstock and the rule book, etc. There's no miniatures. The miniatures are whatever miniatures you want to use. So if you have 6mm miniatures, you can take it up to 10 or 15, but after that it kind of starts to overscale. The table, it's just kind of large. I'm sorry, I'm still talking. It's just a really fantastic game. And I will be honest, the first time I read through the rule book, it took me a little bit to say, okay, I don't quite get it. Let me go build a couple cards, because all I had was a PDF. Let me go build a couple cards, threw some models on the table, played through it, and I was like, oh man, this makes so much sense. This is really cool. There we go. So in this box, you get 15 dice. And it's about the most I remember us ever needing for any die rolls, 3 of each color. So if you're playing 2 players and you're inducing, you might want to order another set of these, or go to your local GameStar and find the right colors in the right sizes. Your rule book. Full color rulebook all the way through. Pages with your Kickstarter backers. I think it's kind of cool if they put the Kickstarter backers in the front. Usually I see it in the back of the book. I think it's neat that he stuck it up front. My name's missing because I missed. I'm still not happy about losing. But there you go. The storyline, the fluff. It's kind of a cool storyline. I suggest you read it. It's only like 10 pages. It's not a in-depth storyline. But it's kind of cool. And then you get into the rules. And he's got designer's notes through here to kind of help explain things. There are some QR codes, and I have not checked these recently, but as of a few years ago, they just kind of took you to the web page, and there's videos coming. I don't know if these are working yet. I would check it, but my phone is what you're looking through. So, but like I said, the rulebook is. It's a nice rulebook. Even the PDF was really, really nice. Explains why they're hexes and how you build battle groups. So you can kind of see what the battle groups look like here. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this rulebook, other than I can just tell you, it's a very comprehensive rulebook. It's not a difficult game, even though there's a lot of rules here. But again, big type, lots of pictures. There's, like I said, there's a ton, or I don't know if I said, there's a lot of tokens in this game, which we're going to get to in a minute. But give it a read, sit down with some models and go through it, and you'll find out it's really not super difficult. There's just a lot to it. There's a lot of meat to this game, but it's not, like I said, it's not super difficult. It's a big book, 171 pages to the back cover. The rules for building your units are here. If you want to build it without the Arsenal thing to help you, that's really the last 60 pages is building it. And then you get into actual building design and doing buildings. But all of this right here is taken care of for you in the Arsenal tool. So while this is really cool and a great, if you kind of read through it, if you want to understand how the tool works, don't need it. So, big rulebook, very helpful, very well done. Let's move on. I'm so geeking out. It's just, I'm so glad this is finally out. This is cheat sheet, like I said, lots of tokens. All of these are different tokens that you'll have in the game, more tokens that you'll have in the game. This will be an invaluable cheat sheet, which was not available when I was first learning the game, so this will be invaluable to you. 2 of these, cardstock, very nice. This is probably what you'll print most of your cards out on, so very cool. And then lots and lots of tokens, so I kid you not, there's a lot of tokens here. Now, will you need them all in every single game? Nope. You will not. It's just to cover all the different options that you have to build your units. If you're building a unit that does certain things, it requires a token, you do it. One thing that you will have is stress. As your units get stressed, they become less effective, which means the particular dice that you use will change. And it's a really neat mechanic because you can only do certain things when you build your combat group to set up their initial effectiveness. You can't make them all super effective to start the game. You kind of have to balance it out. And then as they take stress from taking fire and damage, their stress goes up. And as their stress goes up, their effectiveness goes down. It's a really neat mechanic for the game. So, lots of tokens, double-sided. Get 2 sheets of those, 2 sheets of these tokens in color, marking these are your veterans, mercenary units, robot units, hive if you like the Tyranids kind of thing. You can build hive type the way that the hive mind works. You can do that. Elite command, you got those. different things for different ways to mark your units. You get 2 sheets of those. Good quality cardstock. Man, these things are just falling out of my hands. I really want to punch them out. Command tokens. They're falling out on me. Lots of pages of command tokens. I think I punched that one through all 3. 4 command tokens. So you get, like I said, there's no models in here. This gives you everything you need to play Polyversal. Now, again, everything is listed. I'm putting it all back in the box. Everything is listed on the back of the box here. Good description of the game, tells you everything that is in here. 2 sets of order tokens, 2 sets of combat unit counters, damage and effect other counters, quick reference cards, arsenal design application access, 15 dice, and the rule book that we just looked at, 172 pages. And it's a nice rule book. So again, it's finally out. If you like 6mm, if you like, sorry, let me go back to the other camera. Let me show you Arsenal now. I'll show you the online tool. I'll show you some of the cards that I've made, and then I'll come back.
Okay, so I just briefly wanted to show you the Arsenal tool. Like I said, it's a lot of fun. It's real easy to make these units and the tiles for them. The tool does a lot. I do suggest open your book up to the pages until you get used to how to build them and you understand what all the different things mean. The book explains it for you. The tool just does it and makes it real easy and gives you a tile. Again, I like making the tiles. They're a lot of fun. I found a lot of models. I would just look on the internet, find armies and stuff. So, oh, this army looks really cool. Let me go make a tile, see how it would look, and then decide whether or not I wanted to order. More often than not, I ordered. But I like the small models. I think they're a lot of fun. Here's my Space Marines that I built, and I use laser small arms 3. Because they're kind of an infantry, so you can kind of get an idea of how they're built. The pictures, just scour the internet for pictures, or the site of the model that you're looking for, or that you're looking at. Here's some xenomorphs that I was working on to try to set them up. Gave them a chem spray for their acid, and just try to find something that made them cool and fit the model scheme. Let's see, here's a Ares Walker from TT Combat for the Drop Zone Commander. Another great game, 10mm scale, but the walkers work really well in this game. Their vehicles fit the 6mm scale very well. And you can outfit them with the different weapons. I have another video. I'll show you how to create a tile. I'll take you through that. For this one, I just wanted to show you what's possible. Here's a Land Raider. I got lots of these from the old Epic, and it's very easy. You can change these out if you wanted to make them a different weapon. You can. I mean, you can just swap them out. And it's really cool because as you build the tiles, it updates them on the fly. One more I want to show you. This is another unit that I found. Thought that looked really cool, and created a tile. And he's an anti-grav vehicle, so his movement is pretty good. He's more of an anti-tank weapon versus a anti-personnel, more or less assault, and his evasion's a 15. So all of that is built into the card. It's real easy. For me, part of the most difficult thing was finding a cool picture of a high enough resolution, and then deciding which weapon each of these stood for, because I try to vary up the different weapons in the force that I'm building. But anyway, I'll do a video on that and show you more about how to actually create a tile. I'll take you through step by step, but it's real easy. If you just sit down and play with this tool, you can build tiles very easily. It takes no time at all. The most difficult thing is understanding what each of these different abilities mean and how they all work within the game, and the book does a fantastic job explaining that. So anyway, enough on this. Let's close out the video.
So there you saw it. The Arsenal tool, it's a lot of fun to play with. I just made cards. I would go online, find models that I thought were really cool, Let me go turn that into a card. And you can make a card as powerful as you want. The more powerful, the more points it's going to cost. It's a give and take. You can overbalance a unit, but it makes up for the fact that unit that you just made the super unit on the table, you're only going to get one or two, and that's 2/3 of your army. So now what are you going to do? Even units that have that are going to roll 3/4s, depending on what it is, there's a chance that they're going to do damage. So it was one of the things as we played through the game several times. We found that no unit was ever down and out, even if they had a lot of stress. As long as you can roll the dice, there's always a chance, for the most part, that you can do damage. And the way the damage works, the high, the low, just picking the dice to determine which damage. It's all explained in the rule book, and hopefully, I just can't tell you. It's a fantastic game. Again, if you like the 6mm, especially the 6, you can do it. Like I said, you can do it 10 to 15. It even talks about in the book. But if you like 6mm, you have armies that you haven't been able to play with because there hasn't really been a rule set out there for you. Give this a look. Give it a try. Go on to, if you don't want to spend the money, buy the whole box and the big beautiful rule book here and the counters, you just print them out yourself. Go on Wargame Vault, and I believe it's on Wargame Vault, and you can download the PDF. It's like, don't quote me on this, I think it's like $25. Totally worth it. It just read through it and give the game a try, and it gives you the Arsenal access. You can go make your own tiles for whatever your force is. It's a different way to play. I like the way it works. It really kind of gives you the feeling of, because you build command groups, it does give you a good feel of, I have this command group, I have this command group, and they have to stay in cohesion to a certain point. But you can put different models into it, different units, and as they move around the battlefield, it's a fantastic time. I don't know. I'm going to stop geeking out over this. I'm really glad it's finally out. I know that they've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into getting this done. Like I said, I ordered it back in 2019, and I was 3 years after the Kickstarter. And it's out. It's beautiful. It's very, very well done. And I don't know what else to say. It's fantastic. The links to the game and the website is down below. I highly recommend it if you like the 6mm, the strategic 6mm game where you command the units and you roll lots of dice and you have lots of fun. This is a great game. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, I'm going to stop geeking out. I apologize. I talked too long. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps. I hope this gives you some insight into Polyversal. It just came out. I highly recommend you take a look at it if you like the small scale. I do. I like having the big massive. I said I was going to stop talking, and I'm still talking. I'm Sean. Thanks for watching. This is Game Room. This has been an unboxing of the new Polyversal box set. I hope this helps. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and as always, have a wonderful day.